It's finally out in Hong Kong. SGC here, and we're back with a movie review. Finally. 22 Jump Street. Directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Two guys that brought you Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street. And this time around, we got the two leads actually producing this film. So who's in this? Well, basically, it's the same guys returning. Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum. We got a newcomer, Peter Stormare. And then Ice Cube is back. And then we got Amber Stevens, who's a newcomer. And that's basically everybody. So what's it about this time? Basically, it's 21 Jump Street, but in a university. So again, they're cracking down on drug addicts and drug pushers, and they're gonna do their thing and figure out this whole drug thing at a university. And obviously, we get to expand on the characterization and just the relationships and all that jazz. So what do I think? Well, first off, just like the first one, the chemistry between the two leads is amazing. And this time they one-upped it even more with great dialogue, and it was just a different level of their partnership that they made fun of, and it was just great. Also, we got an expansion of characterization with Ice Cube. We got more of his screen time, and just more characters that we care about that are connected but are new, such as his daughter coming in, and just returning people like Nick Offerman as Deputy Chief Hardy. He needs to show up more. Like in the third one, I swear he needs to show up more, because Nick Offerman is amazing and he definitely needs more screen time. Now, in terms of the self-awareness, they ramped it up even more this time around. In 21 Jump Street, they knew that it was a joke of a movie to begin with, but this time around they just went even more. They kept repeating it, and I think they did it well in the sense where, yes, we know last time it worked, you're gonna try it again exactly like last time. And I think the self-awareness worked, but then there wasn't jokes that went well with it, in my opinion. That's where I think the movie sort of fell a bit for me, as in, yes, we know you're trying to do everything exact, and we know that you're self-aware of this whole mess of a movie, but it just didn't feel as great in terms of the pacing, the overall plot, and just being compared to the first one. I would say audiences had no expectations whatsoever, and we were totally blown away by how great it was. And this time around, we had expectations of just something as great, but obviously sequels don't work out as well usually. And I would give it, the dialogue was great, and it's better than the first one, but the plot and pacing was so much better than the first one, because I felt that, because they kept repeating themselves in terms of self-awareness, and just the progression of this crime or the story wasn't as organic, I would feel. It just felt that things happen so that we can say these lines. I'm fine with the lines that they said, but the things that led up to them or whatever wasn't as great. Though I have to say, it was a great ending. There was this awesome epic fight in the end with Jonah Hill and one of the baddies. It was just hilarious. Like, just great stuff. But overall, I would say 21 Jump Street is much better, but in dialogue and just characterization and acting as a sequel in terms of dialogue, 22 Jump Street did a great job. I think the problem stems with that these two guys are going to university and they're trying to discover themselves. Is a more build-up rather than establishment. I think in high school, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum were sort of like just discovering who they are, and audiences is their first time seeing them. So establishing a character might be an easier thing to pull off and make it more interesting than trying to build up an existing character. But don't let that prevent you from watching it. It's a definitely good sequel to check out for sure. And I totally cannot wait for the next one, 23 Jump Street. And just this awesome thing happening at the end credits. Totally stay for that, because it's just hilarious. So that's pretty much it for this movie review for 22 Jump Street. If you have seen this, leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll discuss. And that is all for 22 Jump Street.